Grade 6, how are you? Before we proceed to our next lesson, let us first have a quick recap of what we discussed last week. We discussed about the Himalayas. The Himalayas include Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. These mountains contain valuable minerals and gemstones, as well as iron ore and coal and large rivers. The Himalayas have the highest peaks and deepest valleys on Earth. After we have learned about the Himalayas mountains, we will now proceed to the Andes Mountains. Now get your geography book and open to pages 28 to 29. The Andes form the longest mountain range in the world. They are more than 7,000 kilometers long and up to 320 kilometers wide. They run through 7 countries along the west coast of South America. The Andes are fold mountains formed when the Earth's plate that carries the Pacific Ocean pushed into the plate carrying the South American continent. Many of the jagged peaks are more than 6,700 meters high, and they always have a covering of snow, even those at the equator. There are frequent earthquakes and eruptions from 183 active volcanoes, including the highest volcano on Earth, Ojos del Salado in Chile, which is 6,887 meters tall. The Andes Mountains include the following features. The Atacama Desert in Chile is one of the driest places on Earth. Lake Titicaca on the border between Peru and Bolivia is the largest freshwater lake in South America and the highest lake in the world on which ships can sail. The third feature of the Andes Mountains is the source of the river Amazon, the largest river in the world. It is not easy to live in the Andes. The soil is poor and the steep slopes make farming very difficult. It is also difficult to build roads and railways there. The high altitude means that there is little air and much less oxygen than at lower levels. Some of the mountain chains are separated by high plateaus. The people who live on these plateaus are able to survive in the thin air because they have extra large lungs, and so they can get more oxygen from the air they breathe in. The best land for farming in the Andes is found in the valley bottoms, but terraces dug into the valley sides and held up by stone walls are used to grow crops on the lower slopes. The main crop is the potato, and hundreds of different kinds are grown. Other crops grown are soya, maize, rice, and cotton. The most important animals kept by farmers in the Andes are llamas. Llamas are relatives of the camel. They are used to carry loads and they also provide meat, milk, and wool. Alpacas, which look like small llamas, are kept for their meat and their wool. The Andes contain a large number of metals and minerals, including gold, silver, tin, copper, and aluminum. There are also phosphates and nitrates that are used as fertilizers. The Yanacocha gold mine in Peru is the largest gold mine in South America and the second largest gold mine in the world. In the Yanacocha gold mine in Peru, rocks containing the gold are blasted with dynamite. The rock is then sprayed with cyanide. The cyanide washes the gold out of the rock so it can be collected. Did you know that the Andes contain what many people believe is the highest large city in the world? El Alto in Bolivia is situated 4,150 meters above sea level and has a population of about 1.2 million people. For your homework, do page 28 in your geography workbook.
I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the flowers